But shit, I don't want to hear it. Asia, Cameron, or Cheryl Swift. Nobody knew that. Nobody knew they wore 22. Stop that. The fact that Clark and Wilson were on the same 2025 WNBA All-Star team caught the attention, if only because there was some question about a shared number and how it would be handled. Ultimately, it didn't matter because Clark was out, of course, with a groin injury.
Everything changed as soon as the news emerged. Inside the Team USA practice facility, rumors were already circulating. However, a message that shocked the whole basketball world was released last night by someone from deep within the organization. It's already blowing up in the locker room, and Team USA regrets making Caitlin Clark change her number. And the second leak occurred half an hour later, so it was just the beginning. A statement so explosive that authorities attempted to shut down all phones, conversations, and hallways. Caitlin Clark is ready. TO declined her berth on Team USA. The whole sports world froze if Paige Bueckers was formally added to the roster. Coaches fumbled. Executives are terrified. The USA basketball hierarchy became silent. Nothing to say. No explanations, no interviews. Just mayhem. And we dissect everything tonight. Why did the remorse begin? Why did the locker room break? Why is the roster suddenly in jeopardy? And why Caitlin Clark's silence turned become the world's loudest message. Stay tuned in before we delve farther. You're going to hear something crazy, disorganized, theatrical, and just what Team USA never wanted. The public. Let's go on now. Tension started. Team USA's forced jersey change. Players had warned that this move could bubble up into something far bigger. Behind closed doors, the entire atmosphere surrounding the national team was destroyed, despite the belief held by certain staff members that it would maintain stability in the hierarchy.
And while there was a number 22, number 22 will be wearing number 17, as shown by the official camp roster. So let me see if there's a load in and come up. I don't know how big it's going to be. Number. Okay, number. Right there. Number 17. So who is actually getting 22? Is anybody getting 22? Nobody. Nobody on the squad is wearing 22. Well, that's a little strange. Maybe they just...
In this hypothetical dramatization, one assistant allegedly remarked, "We underestimated her influence." We were shocked by the second fan's reaction when she spotted Caitlin without her famous number. The internet went crazy. Not calmly, not quietly. It was only fire. As well as within the changing area. A few players were reluctant to discuss it. Some pretended nothing had happened. Some weren't shy at all. The energy abruptly changed dramatically. What ought to have been a cohesive team training for the Olympics turned into a chilly, uncomfortable, unspoken conflict simmering beneath the surface. The second spark then appeared. There were rumors going around about Paige Bueckers, not because Paige did anything illegal, but rather because Team USA was allegedly discussing potential roster changes that would affect jobs, playing time, and who gets promoted. Some executives thought that the USA would profit in the long run from adding Paige early. Others cautioned that it would blow up everything that is already brittle. The temperature lowered when the conversation got to Caitlin. Not rage, not yelling. If she is on the roster, only one secret, quiet communication. I will not be attending. No justification. No background. No comments from the public. Officials were put into full emergency mode by a single line. Because they discovered for the first time that they might lose their brightest star in a long time. The USA basketball office's internal politics had gotten out of control, not because of play or injuries. Individuals began betraying one another. The change in numbers was cited by one group. Controversial. The coaching staff is also to blame. A third group claimed that the media exacerbated the situation. And then the remark that tore the room apart was uttered.
She is not going to give up her number. But at the end of the day, look, nobody's wearing 20. They probably just gave random numbers and didn't want to, give out number 22 because Sonia and Caitlin both wear 22 and Cam Brink wears 22. There are three players that wear 22. And yes, clearly one of them is better than the others. But for the sake of this training camp, if you don't go into a training camp with the mentality of like of everyone's equal, then what's the point of having a training camp?
A number change should never have been imposed. All of this began because of that error. They all realized that motion had come to represent everything swirling, and the room became silent. The regret was genuine. There was genuine anxiety, and the fear is greater than before. Suddenly, Team USA was not engaged in combat with another nation. They were engaged in self-defense. Players were trapped in the center in the meantime. Some were secretly telling their comrades, "We're sick of the drama." Instead of reality TV, this is meant to be the Olympics. Why do choices continue to worsen the situation? Caitlin should have had her number, others said. This could have been prevented. Some insisted. Paige is worthy of thought as well. Avoid pinning this to her. Lines and deep divisions formed. Individuals took sides without ever uttering a word. The internal energy, uncomfortable, silent exercises. Sharp. No one desired to be the one to start talking because no one wanted to be the subsequent leak. Next, the greatest moment, the one that turned over everything. Caitlin Clark intervened for the first time in front of cameras since the incident broke out. Additionally, she didn't shout. She refrained from snapping. The voice was cool, composed, but fiery. Beneath all Season 1, she stated, tackled rudeness. Season 1 dealt with. I'm not going to act as though this hasn't affected me, even though I made absurd decisions and remained silent throughout the season. She said. The interview room froze. People discussed justice. Not much of it has caught my attention. Reporters bend forward. Not this year. I just want respect. That's all. The entire thing was set off by that one sentence. Not because of what she said, but rather because of everything she omitted, including her body language, tone, pauses, and tension. It was an unnamed, direct message. Everyone in attendance understood that this had nothing to do with a single number, roster position, or even Paige Bueckers. This was about a complete season of decisions, politics, pressure, and disrespect that accumulated until the weight eventually broke. Within Team USA headquarters, phones began ringing immediately following that interview. Executives, directors, and coaches, everyone was looking for solutions. In our dramatization, someone reportedly remarked, "We need a meeting tonight," and in that meeting, the truth spilled out. Regret, frustration, shamed. People acknowledged that the number change turned into a public catastrophe, that players felt ignored, and that the locker room was broken for the first time. They also acknowledged that if this wasn't fixed right away, they might split the team, lose Caitlin Clark, and have a roster that is at odds with itself when they go to the Olympics. Paige Bueckers, who did nothing wrong, was observing all of this